chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once.
Today, from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley, the Falcon.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second.
On 2nd and 7. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Coverage by Keanu Neal.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Jackson's pass.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd?
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Falcons grab it.
Fumble on the play. Recovered.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
12 yards on the play.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards.
Unbelievable.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Marcus Davenport make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
No good. The score remains.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Right back to him for 10 more and a 1st.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. From the 10, first and goal.
58, boys, 58, Mike. Watch the curl,
Again, it's Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, but it'll be second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
They'll throw again. Winston to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Richie.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The ball mere inches from the white line on third and goal.
Just like that.
To the air again with Winston. The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and that'll bring up second down.
Complete. It's now second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again, Jackson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And it's third down.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
Here's Jackson on third and long. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Come on, dog.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Caught left side by Funchess. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And it's third down. 3rd and 7.
To throw is Jackson. To throw on third down. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
First down, Falcons.
Mike 5-2, Mike 5-2. Here we go, D. Here I come.
From the gun, Jackson. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Touchdown, Falcons!
Jackson's pass.
Todd Gurley, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Falcons have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss because that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now a second down throw for Winston. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And all the way down to the 42. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. And this is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 32-yard line. They give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but
And Winston lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
5-yard line. The Saints take over.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
At the 35-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
When I shot. 52, Mike 52. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll drop this underneath to Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Jackson's pass.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Jackson on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
It's 2nd down.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. 52's the mic, boys. 52.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson, he was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. 3rd down here.
Funchess, incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore there defensively.
4 down. Alert.
Jackson from the shotgun. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
The quarterback sacked. Fumble on the play.
The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Michael Thomas.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown.
Will Lutz to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
At their own 25-yard
Lamar
line.
Jackson marching back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this 1st half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game. But just let them know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Check that. We want Mike 50.
Jackson On third down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination.
At their own.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Now this throw caught left side. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Brings up second and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and it's second down.
Incomplete. It's now second and 10.
Now a throw here to his running back, and they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
At the Falcons.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the... And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Logan Wilson in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from up in Seattle. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember,
and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons draw a bit closer.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
That goes for a gain of 31. So we've reached an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
With the score, Saints 24.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Saints take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 30.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 10-yard
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
At the 11-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Lutz good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Intended for Calvin.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Saints.
3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back? Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. The 30, 20, touchdown, Falcons.
Todd Gurley.
His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Falcons cut into that lead. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play. Big-time result.
Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good, and I think what really makes...
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas. 75 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
To throw again, Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They'll run with Mixon, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints add on to their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the 1st half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the 2nd half, that got done.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25.
Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Logan Wilson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To try again after the sack, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
From the gun, Jackson. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here's a run with Mixon, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2. But it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because...
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Cameron Jordan, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
2nd down.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. It's our time.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
The Saints take over first down.
Here comes Michael Thomas and the rest of the Saints offense. He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's why they go back to him time and time again.
That one good for 33 and a first. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that second level and third, and that's what they were able to exploit.
Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. Here's Swift. And the Saints are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll run with Swift. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now third and goal.
They will run it with Swift here. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Touchdown.
DeAndre Swift with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But Ford, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
The quarterback taken down and sacked. A fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
DeAndre Swift with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Y'all playing the wrong.
To throw again on second down, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
For Mike Gesicki, incomplete.
The Falcons on third down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 4.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Hey, watch the slap.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
First down Falcons.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Watch the run, watch the run.
Again, Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Go, trap.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. One more time with Swift. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd and goal.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
So they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Fielded near the back of the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson, and that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down.
Pressure coming. Here's Jackson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Quan Alexander in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Saints take over.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a 1st down at the Falcons' 40-yard line. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good for the Saints, 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the run.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by DeMonte Casey.
The pass intercepted by the Falcons. They'll take.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Mike 5-2, Mike 5-2. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now Joe Mixon. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
DeAndre Swift. That's good for a Saints.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there, and that'll make it third down.
It's third down.
Jackson from the shotgun. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. William Jackson with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit,
Kickoff for New Orleans.
but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Come on, watch 10. Watch shot. Trips. Mike 52. I got you.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Marcus Davenport in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
A loss of 7 yards. It's 2nd down.
Help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Saints, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, their luck may have...
Grind game over, time's up. Play my cards, dealt my hand, ain't really no time for luck. Lie to yourself if you want. I put my team on my back, did what I could, what I had. Now I'll be all in my bag. Copy and paste with the swag, bet you can't do it like me. All my winners on repeat. Take your L like a boss, stand 10 toes on your feet. I can never take a loss, I ain't set up for defeat. 4 Giottos on the truck, I had a dream and it stuck. Living my life cause we up, looking back like where the love. Swear I be hella low key, but contrary to loyalty runs deep. I keep my ear to the streets. Struggle turned me to a beast. I'm out the chain, I'm out the leash. But baby girl, I play for keeps. Told my brother lately I've been scheming against all odds like Willie Beeman. Lord knows I'm trying to find my reason. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, boy, you gon' help.
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it go. I get it go.
Ain't it crazy how them tables turn? You can fold or you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't really want to hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch you work, watch him hate, watch him lurk, can't relate. Watch you skirt out the mud, out the dirt, above the waters, in the murks, out the gate, on site. Red breed, red light, take flight. Yeah, I've been grinding since a young and they told me my timing was coming. I've been hustling with no fun and forget all the fame, get the money. I'm out in LA where it's sunny. I've been eating since a young and since we ain't have food in our tummy. The life we was living ain't funny, but you cannot take nothing from me. Put that on my mama, my daughter, my cousin, my brother, I'll show you. Way better than I can tell you. The type of dreams that they sell you. That's why I learned from my failures. Don't do the handouts or the favors. Told my brother I'ma get this paper. Was left behind, I'll see it later. To keep it real, you don't need to wait up. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, but how you act?
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it go. I get it go. I get it go. I get it go. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it go. I get it go. I get it go. I get it go. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it go. I get it go.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, you came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I'm with the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay,
Can I hit that?
Okay,
Can I hit that? Cause I ain't liking nothing. Can I hit that? Can I hit that?
Stars born, I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these odds ain't got nothing on them. I secure the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my cool. Only winning is exception on my cool. Yeah, ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this.
Okay, Can I hit that? Can I hit that? Cause I ain't liking nothing. Can I hit that? Can I hit that? Can I hit that?
me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top a bit. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had 2 necks. I got homies that can sleep without 2. I got homies that can sleep without. Gucci and Chanel, I got a lot of it. Walk up in the spot like, hey, what poppin' in? Gon' pop it for me, cause I'm rich and poppin' in. Yeah, drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top a bit. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. West LA, that where you find me though. Cha-cha matcha with a rockin' black clothes. Whip around that Batmobile, ducking 5-0. If you step to me, then be prepared for smoke, lil' bro. Let me feel myself a little bit. Let me blow this down a little bit. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit.
I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hissing, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eat blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond.